to the SABC a little bit earlier on in response to the recall that's been put into motion by the ANC. We're now joined in studio by SANCO Gauteng chairperson, Mr. Chris Malemaja, and ANC member Fikile Billy. To both of you, thanks very much for joining us and welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, so SANCO, you had some pretty strong words to say about the President's response this afternoon. I think in there you even used the word delusional. Yeah?
Thank you very much, viewers at home. I think from where we are standing as the civic movement, we are very disappointed that Zuma has been playing these games. And for those who don't know Zuma very well, I think it's time that we let you understand who are we dealing with. We are dealing with a very dangerous man that has got these tactics that every time when he realizes things are not in his sight, he will go to the public and play a victimized to become the victim of circumstances. How on earth unwanted president goes out there and start lying? All of us, we know what Zuma has done. He cannot claim to say him is the one who was protecting Comrade Mbeki. Today is denying everything that he said. In all the clips, Zuma was saying, if it happens today that the NEC bring me here and say, step down, I will step down with pleasure. But today is so difficult that he is coming with all tricks. Whereas he's telling people that he defended Mbeki when people were calling Mbeki. No, he told the youngsters that he created that he was no longer able to control the likes of Malema to go and chase Mbeki, forgetting that he's building them for him so that in case they don't want him, they use the very same tactics. And we must applaud the current leadership of the ANC for being decisive and realize that they are in a dead terrain. When you are in a dead terrain, the only thing that you are left with is to fight. There's no longer any time to negotiate with Zuma. The only thing which is left for Zuma is to leave the office in peace, not in pieces. Wow. Zuma has done a lot of things, if we are to mention. Why should we remind him about the Concord? Why should we remind him about the Nkandla? Why should we remind him about the state capture? Why should we remind him about his friends, the Guptas, which are running the country today? Why should we remind him about he's the only president who reshuffled the cabinet more than 9 times? What else does he need? What more proof does he still looking for? Zuma must leave us. And I'm happy that he's still stubborn not to resign. I just wish that he must not benefit anything. What more does he still need? Because he got nearly all kinds of monies that South Africa can produce.
All right. Mr. Billy, you're an ANC member yourself. Are you happy with the line that the party has taken? Or do you think that there are a lot of people who, inside the party, are disappointed but are going to fall into line anyway?
Yes, those who were beneficiaries of radical stomach transformation, they are very disappointed because they were looting state resources. Those with credibility in the African National Congress, like the likes of Paul Mashatile, David Mabuza, who rescued ANC, and Mr. Buffalo, Cyril Ramaphosa, are the ones who are making sure that the credibility of the nation, not only the ANC, of the country, is intact. Because we are sick and tired of being led by people who come to talk about dynamics, resources, balance of forces. We want to be led by academics. We want to be led by visionaries, people who are going to take the future of South Africa forward. We don't want people who are going to appoint people based on tribalism, based on factionalism. I am saying to South Africa today, without fear or favor, I'm not going to vote for a broke president. I want your financial statements. I want your qualifications. I am sick and tired of having leaders appointing provincial leaders who are going to toe the line. We want leaders who are going to contest each other, who are going to challenge each other in order for them to be better leaders tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm saying to the African National Congress, go ahead, do whatever mandate you're given by the NEC, so that we must take South Africa forward.
All right, so, people at home are going to sit here and say, but hang on, tomorrow is going to be motion of no confidence number 9. Your party members voted against, and they said, never in our lifetime will this happen, that we will vote with the opposition. It's unrevolutionary is the language that you used. But tomorrow, you're going to do this.
Today I was watching the sitting of the chief whips of different political parties, I was so impressed. It was so professional. You could see that it's no longer about the ANC or the EFF, it's about the country. The reality is political parties, ANC and the opposition, they have realized that their differences will never resolve the issues that are challenging the country. They have to unite in order to see that the country is going forward. Now it's not all about ANC or EFF or DA or COPE. It's all about the people on the ground, because this country is not led by politicians. They are deployed to lead. At the end of the day, this country belongs to the people, the masses on the ground. We are going to hear what the people are saying in villages, in townships, in suburbs, you name it. We are not going to get mandate from politicians. We are going to get mandate from the masses, because at the end of the day, the people of South Africa are very disgruntled. Today, we have sold our country, to foreigners. Today, you remember I told you at the conference of the ANC, I don't support BRICS, because people know that they cut dangerous deals at BRICS, selling our wealth, our minerals, our land to foreign countries. I am saying to South Africans, you are going to own the minerals of this country, you are going to own the land, and you are going to start to run your own economy as Africans. That's my point.
All right, so can SANCO trust this new ANC? Because these are the same people that defied the opposition and kept this man in power.
I think what we must be proud of is that the current leadership are driven by the spirit of the late Oliver Tambo, when he said, not everything that the enemy is doing is wrong. He said you must also learn from the revolutionary of the enemy. In this case, then the opposition party were very vocal that we must acknowledge that they saw bad of things that were done by President Zuma, and now they played on our side, so there's nothing wrong to say we are going to support them. Yes, we are part and parcel of the tripartite alliance as SANCO. There's no way that we are going to say we don't trust the elected leadership of the ANC. We are part and parcel of this alliance, not by default. Those people, we have been part to elect them. So we trust the leader there, that is Ramaphosa. We trust the top six. Whoever is in the top six is bound by whatever decision that we take, whether when we go to Nazareth, they will behave in otherwise. The entire NEC has shown now that they are no longer applying the cult of personalities, trusting this, worshipping this President Zuma. Therefore, it is us who are saying we are supporting this NEC as the alliance, all of us. Therefore, going to tomorrow, we support this with an understanding that we are no longer dealing with Zuma, whom we used to trust as the ANC president. We are now dealing with Zuma, who has defied the instruction from the NEC that come back. We think you have ran your race. Now we've got somebody that has proven to be darling of the people in a form of Cyril Ramaphosa. We think he must run. Ramaphosa is going there to try and assist the ANC to recover the lost ground. Under the administration of Zuma, we lost very important metros. I think Zuma must acknowledge that. We lost Tshwane, we lost Johannesburg, down to that. We are ruling coalition in the metro, that's your Ekurhuleni. Then what more does this man want? Therefore, we trust the ANC, and honestly speaking, ever since they came into office, you can see for yourself that they are trying their best, that they went and visit the traditional leaders, they went and visit nearly all the graves. What they are saying is not necessarily to go there and take pictures. They are saying, here we are, trust us. We are no longer going to be the same ANC of the past 10 years. We are the ANC of the people. They are connecting with the people. Unlike the ANC that we had and head office somewhere in Dubai, unlike the ANC that compromised of ministers who were known to be travelers and nothing else.
Talking about Dubai, a lot of people might be asking, we've been asking the Hawks to deal with the Guptas and arrest people. Why would they do it today when President Zuma is about to face a vote of no confidence?
I'm going to say this to you and to your viewers. The man called Cyril Ramaphosa, 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he said, "If you want to win, you must win with the people." 2 years ago, he is a visionarist. He's not a corrupter. You will never be able to corrupt him. He's loaded. He's an academic. He's a visionarist. All these cases, there was a mandate that they should not go to court. Now that Cyril is in power, he's not even the president of the country. Already the hawks are responding. Now, if he removes Sean Abrams at NPA, I hear the masses wants Thuli Madonsela to act. You will see some ministers will buy RGP houses in Dubai because at the end of the day, Thuli Madonsela, when she comes back, the dignity of the country will come back. I don't want to lie to you. And should those people go to prison, those who are looting state resources, the people are going to have confidence in the African National Congress. You can't have a family coming to South Africa and take 1.6 billion from Eskom as an advance payment and go and buy a mine in Northwest. You understand what I mean? Have you seen what has happened in Northwest now? They have paid the Guptas 30 million and 108 million for a mobile clinic. The HOD has confessed. Who gave that mandate? We don't want to be led by empty stomachs. We want to be led by leaders with vision and with capacity. Like I said, we are not going forward and vote for people who are hungry. We want Cyril Ramaphosa to appoint the head of NPA. And what I like about the judiciary in this country, they are not captured. The judiciary is going to sentence people. And if they can do me a favor, you see all these people who are looting state resources, they must be sent to a prison in Appington. It's hot. 42 degrees. They must spend their lives in Appington. It's hot. 42 degrees. These people will never root our... Today, when I go overseas, everybody asks me, where are you from? I said, South Africa. Oh, you are a Zuma?
Yes.
You are a Zuma?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, what does that say? It says the dignity of our country has gone down. You understand what I mean? We want to be led by visionaries, academics. We don't want people who are going to appoint Chris because he's going to toe the line. We don't want to get people who are going to be appointed because they will provide resources
at night.
and they are appointed at night. You understand me? Or sometimes just because you are big tummy, they say, you know, if you are a lady and then you are big behind, but in don't be MPL. No, we want academics and we want the young leaders in the ANC. We want young ministers who are female, young ministers who are male, people with a vision, not someone who's going to be appointed and because there's a budget, then he makes resources. We want ministers, mayors who will bring investors into South Africa. You know, we want people, look today, what do we produce as South Africa? We even buy chargers in China. The next thing we'll be buying food from China. We don't export anything out of this country.
All right. Unfortunately, we've run out of time. We're going to have to leave it there. Gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for joining us and sharing your thoughts with us. But let's see what happens. Perhaps the president will make a statement soon. The country is on hold at the moment, waiting for those words.